that piece of junk out of the sky!
Exactly.
Get up! You're still holding on! Let go! Hey, Bess!
Supposed to feed the rats on schedule or they get sick.
Hey, guys! Traitor! Sucks!
Hey, Mom, are you gonna take me to Daddy's now?
Yeah.
Yo gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to today's video where we'll be talking about women after divorce and the choices they make. But gentlemen, before we start, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the Gecko Ninja because I forgot last time. He made this awesome looking dog and I'm really grateful. So if you want any character done, just like mine and my dog's one, you can contact him. I always leave his details in the description of this video. But with that being said, let's focus a little on this woman because she mentioned how she was dating a guy who told her, "This just isn't what I want." And this is something that a lot of women miss out on. They think that because they are attractive, they are the prize. Well, you are a prize that comes with a lot of baggage from previous relationships. You come with another man's kids and you are over 30. Why should a man in his 20s take you seriously? Why should he, having his whole life in front of him, decide to play from another man's saved file and date a single mother? And even a guy in his 30s, it's usually after 30 that men peak. They increase their financial success, they find their motivation in life, they have a good body after grinding on the gym, they have time to put into their interests. What's the deal in taking single mothers seriously? I've mentioned before how I can understand men who are divorced dating women who are divorced, but these women don't seem to understand that their value in the dating market decreases after being divorced, after 30, and after having kids. Because why should men date them when they could date a 20-year-old who comes without baggage, as reflected by the man that ditched her? Let's keep watching.
Should you date a person who is separated but not divorced? Let's get into it. Here's the thing. When it comes to marriages, it's a very slippery slope. There's a lot of emotions. There may be a lot of assets to divide. There may be children involved. There could be a lot of reasons why they haven't filed for divorce yet. But here's the thing. If you are not done enough with the situation to file for divorce, do you honestly think you should be out here dating and starting a new relationship with people getting their feelings involved? No. So I would say to someone who is considering to date someone who is separated but not divorced, don't do it. At least don't take it seriously because you have no idea how this situation is going to turn out. You don't know if they're going to get back together. You don't know if they're actually going to divorce. There are so many unanswered questions and this person hasn't healed. Even if they haven't been with this person for a while, they've still been technically married to this person. They haven't separated their whole lives from this person. They're still connected in some way. And I don't think that's healthy to start a new relationship with.
Okay.
I love when women make the points for me. I have to agree with this woman. In fact, I'm not going to even add red flags to the counter. But don't get used to it, boys. I usually add one just because they are on TikTok. But this woman gets a pass since she's saying some true things. It's a bad idea to date people who come from broken relationships if you are still single. And she herself says, at least don't take it seriously. Last woman from the intro was sad because the man didn't take her seriously and played her and wasted her time, which is a bad thing. I don't advise to do it, but at the same time, why do some women expect men to pick up the pieces? You are divorced, settle for another divorced man and that's it. Don't expect the successful handsome Chad who brings in the butterflies to take you seriously, because he won't.
Hey y'all, can we just talk for a second about all the trauma and trust issues that come from getting a divorce? And this is even when you had like a decent amicable divorce. There's a lot that comes with that. So I get the question all the time, like, am I dating? Am I seeing anyone? And like, y'all, dating is not easy. And I say this because when you date, you're dating to marry, or you're dating to be with that person for the rest of your life, right? So if you're divorced, you've already been through this. You already had that thought process. You thought you found your person, and like, joke's on you. And in my case, like, we didn't hate each other. However, now when I say trust issues, I know people are going to be like, cheating. No, that's not where I'm going with this. So where I'm coming from is the fact in the blink of an eye, I had to get my own bank accounts. I had to find a job when I've been a stay-at-home mom for however long and I have a gap in my work experience. I had to get my own car loan because the car was not in my name. The list goes on and on and on. It's just that I never want to be in that position again where I'm literally starting over in life. And I know I'm not alone. I've met so many people where it's like, we were so invested into our families, or you're so invested into someone else, and in a blink of an eye, you're on your own. So we're still working through some trauma, as you can see. So like, dating's not at the top of my priority list, but you know, baby steps.
So my question is, if you are a stay-at-home mother who puts time and effort into your kids and family, if you are a good mother, if none of you cheated, if you're a good wife, why did you get divorced? Either A, you made poor choices when selecting a partner and you married an a-hole, or B, you yourself are not the good person in the story. She mentions all the problems that come with getting a divorce, to which I should add the kids not having both parents, which is probably the most significant one. But why don't we try and prevent that? And yeah, I know marriages are not easy and smooth sailing, but it's usually women who file for divorce. So, did you pick a bad partner, or did you not know how to keep a man?
So as soon as I found out about my husband's affair and my mom died the same week, obviously I was pretty broken up about it. I basically went home to bury my mom, and I was pretty much drunk upon arrival. So my sister decided that if I was going to be drinking all the time, that she should take me to a place that was acceptable. So we went out to a bar one night. I was just a disaster, and I'm sitting at the bar feeling sorry for myself. And across the bar, I see this man, and I was like, God, he's gorgeous. And in my mind, I thought, he's never going to talk to me. You know, I'm gross, drunk, ugly, worthless. And I just stared at him, imagining what it would feel like to be noticed by somebody like that. All of a sudden, a guy from across the bar comes up to me and he says, I wasn't going to let you leave without saying hi to you. And I was completely speechless. I thought I was invisible. He takes one look at me and he says, do you feel that? And I was like, oh, yeah, I feel that. And that feeling was this like electric, magnetic, instant chemistry. Something I didn't feel ever. Not in my marriage, not in any of my previous relationships ever. Never felt that feeling ever. And it was intoxicating. And so when he asked for my number, I was like, couldn't write it down fast enough. So we made a date to see each other. And it just so happened to be the night after my mom's celebration of life, aka funeral. And I told everybody about it because everybody felt so fucking sorry for me, including myself. And it was like the only thing that was like giving me any kind of hope outside of my kids. And I just looked forward to that day. And I went to the funeral. I came back. I texted him saying that I was done. I didn't hear from him.
Gee, what a surprise. The man you met, the stranger you met in a bar while intoxicated, didn't turn out to be Prince Charming. Shocking news, gentlemen.
I texted him again saying, hey, are we going to hang out? And nothing. And it was, I would say painful, but that wasn't the right word. I was living in a sea of pain. And I had no more heart to break. Or at least I didn't think so. But there was just one tiny little piece left. And that was just like disintegrated. And so my sister, of course, comes in and saves the day again. We head to a bar because That's all I have, guys. That's all I have is me and a vodka soda. Finally.
Yeah, that's all I have. Me and my addiction and my low self-esteem. Way to be looking for a good man. Honestly, guys, I can understand she's in pain, but if you are feeling so bad, why don't you take some time for yourself to get your things together and then start with dating, instead of hoping you will find your savior in a bar while getting wasted? I just don't understand that.
He calls. I'm sitting at the bar and finally he calls and he's like, my phone fell in the water. I've been at Verizon for like 6 hours. I haven't had your phone number. I really, really am so sorry. Please let me come and see you. Where are you? So he came to the bar and we went out dancing and drinking, and I saw him one more time before I left for California. And at that point I was thinking, I have a house in Florida because my mom just passed. It's empty. It's the home that I grew up in. You know, life here seems so simple. I can bring my kids here. I can figure out my life. Maybe this is the direction that I want to go. And so for the next several months, I would fly back to Florida, you know, every weekend that I could get, just to escape the like freaking disaster that I was living in, and the divorce and like the whole thing. So it came to the point where I decided to stay in California because that was what was best for me and for my kids. And I wanted to do a long distance thing with him. And one Christmas, we spent an amazing time together. And I said, I love you and I will do whatever it takes to be with you. And if that means like we do this long distance thing, then I think that we should do it. And he looked at me and he said, I can't. And I was like, okay. But it wasn't the end. But
Yeah, so he already told you he's not interested in a relationship, but you say it wasn't the end. Guys, can you see where this is going from miles away? You really don't need a crystal ball to foresee what will happen when you are dating a stranger you met at a bar who already ghosted you once under odd circumstances and is now straightforwardly saying how he can't do it, yet you are still pushing it.
continued to disappoint me. And it got to the point where he got really drunk one night and he said, I'm so tired of lying to everybody. And I just want to tell you that everything that I ever told you, I've said to every single girl I've ever met. And I'm just so tired of saying those things. When I said, do you feel that? I say that to all the girls. When I tell you I love you, I say that to everybody. And that's what it took for me to finally walk away. Because it was so reminiscent of what my marriage was. Of that feeling of like everything that you thought and everything that you believed was just fucking shit. And I learned a lot from that. I learned that I'm not going to not pay attention to those red flags anymore. I'm not going to accept things that are terrible for me, even though I want to be loved. That I learned to love myself more than I could expect somebody to love me. And I learned what I want. And I might not have found that yet, but at least I know what I'm looking for.
Great, you know what you're looking for. Problem is, you are already close to 40, divorced, single mother, and you come with a mountain-sized baggage. Who can I blame if not you? Like, guys, for real, just go to any kid above 10 and ask him, hey, so I met this stranger in another town at a bar while I was intoxicated, and so I think he's going to be my new life partner. Do you think it will work out? And that 10-year-old kid is going to say a more reasonable answer than many women nowadays. Woman, you are digging your own grave. You should not date after such traumatic experiences. You should not take seriously strangers. You should not take seriously dates that start in bars. But notice what she said about that guy she met. It was electrifying, it was shocking, it was magnetic and all that crap. Yeah, because probably he was really handsome. If this was your average man, she wouldn't have given him the attention. You wouldn't have felt the butterflies. Guys, this woman is attractive, especially when she was in her 20s, she must have been an 8 or a 9. Even now at 40, I bet you have quite a few guys in your DMs, in your neighborhood, who are interested in something serious with you, in the friend zone. Oh, but they are boring because they are not as attractive or unstable, as exciting as that stranger at a bar while I was feeling down. It's just another victim of Chad. Chads know how to play the game, they know what words to use to trap you, and they have the looks to make it happen. It's your fault for choosing the men who are clearly red flags instead of all the men who will take care of you. No sympathy, guys, absolutely no sympathy. Pick better men, and you wouldn't be hurt, you wouldn't be whining and crying and left alone. It's not that hard. Literally, kids will be more aware than you are. Stop falling for the same mistakes. Stop falling for flimsy feelings and butterflies and magnetic fields and shocking electrifying dates, and start using your brain and principles, and this wouldn't happen.
No. No, I don't think I will.
But that will be the video for today, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Personally, I think this is why dating is such at a bad point, because there are so many men out there that will be, you know, great, that are good dating material, that will be great boyfriends and husbands. And honestly, they're just not giving any attention at all. Like, women just fall for the same chads all the time, the same bad boys, the same problems over and over. And then they ask themselves, where have all the good men gone? But with that being said, gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.